Previously on We the Fans Dallas.
I felt that I was obligated to take a stand with Cap.
Tim asked me would I marry him, and I told him yes.
We haven't even had a contractor yet. Get a window of when we think we'll actually be back in the house.
People ask me all the time,
why do you care so much?
Why do you spend so much energy,
So much time.
so much money on a football team?
They don't get it. They just don't get it.
I became a Cowboys fan in 1983.
1971.
1982.
2009.
1995.
1977.
1962. Now beat that.
This is America's team.
This is our team.
Come on, Dak, take it now, baby! Now!
Prescott's looking. Now he's being chased. Flushed out left. Throws. Got a man out there. Nothing but work.
Touchdown, Dallas!
Derek Carr fumbled the ball.
It's done!
Let's go, Cowboys! Whoa! Roger Staubach.
Aikman. Landry.
Irvin.
Too Tall Jones.
Dorsett.
Smith.
Those were the real Cowboys. They were my heroes.
We them boys, baby, we them boys!
This show is about fans, right?
Get your ass down! I bleed the blue! How about them Cowboys, baby? America's team! Welcome to the story of a group of very different people.
Who all share the same passion.
Welcome
To We the Fans.
Dallas.
It's early in the Cowboys' 2017 season, and it's already been another huge roller coaster. Zeke, will he play or not?
Some troubling news. Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott has been accused of domestic violence.
Jerry, battling the commissioner in the news.
Jerry feels as if this was a total travesty of justice by the league and pins a lot of that blame on Roger Goodell.
And the player protest across the league, echoing all the way to Washington and beyond.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners say, get that son of a bitch off the field? He's fired.
It's an issue that's hitting different fans in different ways. And for Andrew Brown, the emotions are still inflamed. The feelings still raw.
When I saw Colin Kaepernick take his knee, I thought that it was one of the most amazing things that I had ever seen. I thought it was selfless, and I thought that he had done a tremendous thing for bringing attention to the plight of Black Americans who are dying at the hands of law enforcement.
More than a year after he took a knee, Colin Kaepernick's still out of a job, and Andrew isn't about to move on from that easily.
I was done with the NFL because I could not, in good faith, for me, go to these games and not think about Colin and what he had sacrificed. Like, this guy sacrificed his whole career, basically, to right or wrong.
Let's go, Kenny, let's go! Let's go, Kenny, let's go!
Are you guys going to the game this weekend?
No.
No?
What's that face
I need the tickets. What are you doing with the tickets?
He's serious. He's not gonna go.
I'm pretty sure y'all see my. I'm sure y'all see my rants on Facebook.
Yeah. I don't appreciate the kneeling down.
But here's,
I don't like that. I just don't.
But here's the thing though. If you're trying to grab somebody's attention,
But do another platform than that. Because we're American. This is an American sport.
I get it.
So I don't know.
What would you suggest he do?
I don't know. Because I don't really know what the whole...
He should just took all his clothes off and wrote
No.
Black Lives Matter and ran across the field.
No, I think everybody's life matters.
She just didn't get that I was telling her, hey, listen, it's not even about a flag. This is not about not wanting to be an American. This is not about the police. This is not about not supporting the military. This is about people dying. So when you look at me, and you look at Chloe, and you look at Benika, you have to put us in that place of all of these people that you've seen die unarmed. And then hopefully you can understand where we're coming from. So in my desire to bring an attention to what was at stake here, I decided it's too late to boycott, because staying at home really doesn't make an impact. I'd like for the boycott to mean a little bit more than, just sitting out and not doing anything.
I think it's probably time for you to do what you're really good at, which is giving back to kids. They trust you.
Maybe pairing kids with police officers and send them to the games together.
Yep.
But we won't even call it boycott. We won't call it a boycott. We'll call it, bridging the gap or standing in the gap. We'll stand in the gap, and we're gonna bring the two sides together. We figured that we could do that would be to send African-American kids to football games with law enforcement and let them build some relationships, some inroads. And so the next time one of these kids find themselves downrange from an officer's firearm, maybe it's an officer that went to a game with a kid that looked just like that kid that's downrange from that firearm. And maybe it'll help him de-escalate in his mind for just 1 second before another U.S. citizen ends up dead.
6 weeks have now passed since Hurricane Harvey destroyed Kevin Martinez's house. Today, he's come back to try to find out when his life might get back to something close to normal.
I know it's going to be a while. We kind of told ourselves it was going to be 8 to 10 months before we, when we signed the lease on our apartment. We have our second contractor coming out. I'm hoping, by getting another contractor coming in here today and, looking and giving us their timeline and what they think the repairs that need to be done, and hopefully get a good idea on how long we're looking for repairs, how much longer we're going to be out of the house. Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
How's it going? Kevin Martinez.
Crystal.
I would say we'll probably be back in our house by spring break, maybe middle of March would be ideal for us. So when we came in the house initially, the refrigerator was flipped end over end, and it was laying against the granite island that we had right here. We opened up the top door on the oven, and water came flying out. So we that was all saturated.
And in getting your kitchen back together, do you want to keep everything the way it was?
She wants the stove and the oven to be a kind of, all in one. They just started demo on our house last week. Still got to get the mold inspectors to come give us the okay to start throwing sheetrock back up. We've never been through anything like this, so we walked through the back door. We were like, my buddy was like, "Where do you want me to start?" And I was like, "Man, I have no idea. Like, I don't even know where we start." The lowest point for me is just, not being able to go home. The first week or two we were living in our apartment, there was actually one morning, I guess I was on autopilot or whatever when I got off. It wasn't until I was almost pulling in my neighborhood that I realized, hey, I don't live here anymore.
Are you guys trying to keep the same colors in every room?
I believe she wants to keep the same colors. I don't want to give you a definite answer because I'd probably be wrong. We can put everything we own in that apartment and it's still not home. I don't think I've had a solid night's sleep since we've lived there. It kind of feels like you're staying in a hotel overnight or something, so I can't wait to get back home. Obviously, the Cowboys are a big part of my life. There's not a handbook for dealing with a situation like this. You just kind of try to make the best of it and keep driving on. Okay, look forward to hearing from you.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Oh, y'all have a safe trip.
Thank you, too.
Thank you.
In Arlington, the countdown is on to Tim Sayon and Justin McCurry's wedding.
What you working on?
Nothing, just getting this wedding guest list together to try to go ahead on and figure out who's gonna probably come or not. You can help me out if you want.
We could do like a yes, a no, and a maybe.
The biggest thing that's brought me and Justin together was football. That was one thing when we first met that connected us more than anything. It was football and the Dallas Cowboys. Wanted a cowboy wedding, a dream wedding. But we realized we're gonna be waiting around a long time for a dream wedding.
I was looking in the magazine and I just seen like the beach and I seen the bride and groom and everything, and I started reading the details on it. I'm like, this is not a bad idea. What I came to find out is I can do a destination wedding.
We decided to get married at Unico. It's an all-adult resort about an hour south of Cancun. We got a lot of people that want to go, can go, will go, but actually knowing, hey, we got 40 people that are coming, 20 people that we don't know.
We need to literally get some confirmations, like, put it in their ear, like, are y'all gonna go? We need to get a head count, because we need to, like, confirm some stuff.
So we need to call
So we need to see how
I think I'm gonna call Mama today.
The most important person that I would love to be at my wedding is my mother. I want 100% of her support. Like, I know that she know now that I'm getting married and all that, but just seeing her there will put the icing on the cake.
She probably think I'm...
Good morning, good morning. Were you calling me?
Right, I was just calling to holler at you about something, but I can wait.
You did what you want to talk to me about. It got something to do with me.
I was trying to see, because I was gonna send you these forms for the wedding stuff, and I was just wanting to see if you want me to send it over since I sent you the invitation already.
Okay, babe. I'll try to call me back maybe later on this evening.
Okay.
Okay. All right, okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye. Love you. Man. What? Even though I did beat around it the first go round, I still stuck it at that and I asked her.
But I can tell you don't like talking about it. You're uncomfortable.
No.
That is very uncomfortable for you.
His mom is finally going to see he's gay. Because if he's gonna get married to a man, this is him all the way in. This is through his bones, through his heart. He was born this way. And his mom was gonna have to fully accept that.
Next on We the Fans Dallas.
My favorite car is an 04 Bentley Arnage. I bought it for $100.
Looks like a Dallas Cowboys star. Go Cowboys.
My U.S. citizenship ceremony was at Texas Stadium.
We the Fans is presented by McGuire's. Reflect your passion.
Something about that star, it screams America.
What better team to watch than America's team?
What makes the Cowboys America's team?
They really just win. 5 championships and 5 championships, I'd say.
They have the stars.
Looking deep, airs it out. This is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
It used to be strictly nationwide, but now it's internationally speaking, there's a huge fandom.
We're worldwide, baby. That's right. Woo!
I'm originally from Germany.
I'm from Maryland,
Ottawa, Canada. I'm from Virginia.
From El Paso, Texas. Go Cowboys!
No matter where you are, you'll find a Cowboys fan.
Dak Prescott makes the Cowboys America's team.
Tony Roysett is my favorite player.
Deion Sanders.
How can you not love Michael Irvin?
Now this is going to be a fun night.
We all love the Cowboys. We all love each other.
There's no question why they're America's team.
Their cheerleaders, the players, the organization, their heart.
Everybody watches football for us.
Because we're the best franchise in the NFL.
Dallas is one of the teams that just put the energy in the game.
What makes Dallas Cowboys American team is my boys that's out here with me, baby.
Carlos Villalobos, súper fanático de los Dallas Cowboys desde que tengo 5 años. Vengo directamente de La Moncada, Guanajuato, México.
If you didn't quite catch it the first time around, Carlos Villalobos is a Cowboys superfan, originally from La Moncada, Mexico.
Sácate, sácate, sácate.
I obviously grew up in the 70s as a young child, playing football outside. We wanted to mimic the Ed Tutaw Jones, the Harvey Martin, the Tony Dorsett. One of the things that draws us to becoming a Dallas Cowboy fan, Mexicans love a good novela. And if you know what a novela is basically, it's a drama. We love that mystique of the highs and the lows. We wear our pride in our hearts. Yeah! America's team means a lot of things to me. It means hope. It means success. It means winning to me. Being an illegal immigrant and now being a U.S. citizen who's lived 97% of his life here in the United States, it means everything. My mother came to this country in '71. Things didn't work out quite the way she wanted, so she went back to Mexico. I was actually born in Mexico City. Shortly after I was born, we proceeded to go to our hometown, which is La Moncada. In 1974, my mother left me there with my aunt and my grandfather.
Yo vine ilegal, ¿verdad? Me trajeron, venía con un matrimonio de otros pueblitos y llegué yo a la casa de unas personas muy lindas, ¿verdad? Que ahí me hospedaron en su casa.
And when she was able to save up enough money for us, she sent for me and my great aunt, Rosa.
Pues mi hijo, él llegó chiquito. Él todavía no iba a la escuela, ya sabía inglés. Con los hijos de mis primas, con la televisión. Cuando estuvo en kinder, él no tuvo problemas porque su maestra era americana.
In 2001, I became a naturalized U.S. citizen. My U.S. citizenship ceremony was held in one of the most sacred places in Dallas, Texas. It was at Texas Stadium. This is a place that, you know, growing up, my childhood idols played. The, 1980 Dallas Cowboys, the 1990 Cowboys. So to be able to be a part of that experience in the home of the Dallas Cowboys made it so much more of a beautiful thing. As an illegal immigrant, knowing the history of the Dallas Cowboys and being Americans' team, I think it gives me a confidence, it gives me a sense of belonging and being part of something bigger.
How's it looking? Like a star?
Go Cowboys! Woo! Yeah! Woo! My name's Resi Davis. I'm from Austin, Texas. I'm a Dallas Cowboys season ticket holder since 2009. Get up! Get loud! Let's go Cowboys! Woo!
You just always been a diehard Cowboys fan, or?
I was dating this guy who was a huge Cowboys fan named Brad. First year that we were together, we went to a Dallas Cowboys game.
And we went to that game, and it was really awesome. It was cold outside, and we tailgated. I couldn't believe that a football game was so much fun that I had told him I wanted to go again.
She enjoyed it as much as I did. It's just an amazing thing that you can share something like that.
That was the very first year we started dating, and we've been together 10 years now.
Damn.
And have gone to 9 seasons of Dallas Cowboy games together.
Awesome.
Since we went to that first game, when we shared that experience together, I mean, all we've been trying to do for these past 9 years is trying to recreate that first experience.
Back in the very beginning, Brad made a Dallas Cowboy bicycle, and he would pedal me on his pegs, and we would ride all the way to the stadium. Now I have my own Dallas Cowboys bike. We ride all around to all the different tailgates. What's up, guys? How y'all doing over here? And I just think that's fun and unique.
Looks like a Dallas Cowboy star.
Looks like a Dallas Cowboys.
Let's go Cowboys. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be, but it's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what
Number
we're going
one. Number one. Let's go Cowboys. Yeah, that's perfect. This is a perfect day to go bike riding. I've never come this way. Brad and I met. One day I saw him while he was working at UPS, and I thought he looked cute in his Nike shoes and Oakley sunglasses and his brown uniform. Let's just find a spot here. Let's put our name on it.
She happened to make a comment towards me. We ended up talking, and then we went to a date, and then we've been stuck together ever since.
What I like about Brad is that he is my best friend as well as my partner, and I think that that's really important to have somebody who understands you as on a friend level first and foremost.
Oh my God. That is a beautiful thing. We just mesh together good. We just roll together and we agree on the same things. Like when you meet someone like her, you grab onto her. You know, when you have that, someone that has that kind of a personality, you stick close to that person.
Oh my gosh, I love this mac and cheese.
You said 3/4 on that?
Yes, please. He's my MFP, which is my most favorite person, and we will be together forever. Best date day ever.
Richard Rimshaw, remember, lives with his family in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and flies to every Cowboys home game. How do they manage that? Well, business has been good for a long time, even if how it all works is a little unusual.
My family and I, including my ex-wife Dina, own 3 liquor stores in the Cape Cod area.
I manage and oversee all 3 of them as a whole, and then Johnny, Rich's eldest son, is now running the South Cape store.
I own one store myself, South Cape Wine and Spirits, and Rich and Dina together have the 2 Liberty Liquors stores.
So let's just go over that one more time. Rich oversees the whole operation and is a 50-50 partner in 2 stores with his ex-wife, Dina. Barb, his current wife, owns the other store, which is managed by their son, Johnny, and Johnny's live-in girlfriend, Ashley, who also works at the stores. Got that?
I'm more related to how we buy goods, deal with distributors, price it properly, and grow sales. I try to get shielded from the day-to-day employee interaction that Dina runs and Barb runs on theirs. She lives right down the street, my ex-wife, and they jog and they walk in the morning. They get along pretty famously, which is pretty amazing, I'll tell you.
We go out together as couples. We go away on vacations together. So our relationship has always been strange but good. The stores combined are doing about around $9 million at this point. My favorite car that I have is an 04 Bentley Arnage, which when it was new, someone paid like $270,000 for it. I bought it 10 years ago for around $100,000. I have a 7-year-old Maserati that has like 16,000 miles on it.
I have the white Hummer H2.
I drive a Mercedes G-Wagon.
I have a Mercedes. Oh, we got a Patriots fan in the house.
Oh, jeez. It's better than your Cowboy fans.
We get our fair amount of crap for being Cowboys fans. I don't really have much to say when they come in, so it's been tough.
So how's your baby doing?
Baby's good.
Yeah, how old?
7 months now. 7 months since the Super Bowl, since the Patriots won.
Yep. Yeah, well,
We get a lot of rah-rah from the Patriots fans, and a lot of razzing, and a lot of grief. But it hasn't deterred us.
My 2 sons are John Rimshaw, and he is 20, and I have Brett Rimshaw, who's 18. Johnny has chosen not to go to college. He had every option if he wanted to. He chose to want to work in the store. He started young, working a little bit here or there, learning the business, seeing if he liked it. Well, Brett's role is going to be interesting, too. He's been working in the stores quite a bit, about a year in there, learning everything.
It's not that cold, seriously.
It's pretty cold. So we're at the dinner, and Brett's a little bit more of the cocky one of the group. And Johnny has always been the good soldier, and he's very personable, and that's Johnny. And I said, Brett, your personality doesn't work really well when people tell you what to do, and Johnny's in charge over here, and you're younger.
Can you and Brett work together in one store, do you think?
Yeah.
Would you be able to, if Johnny, would you be okay being like Johnny's underling in the store?
Well, to start, yes. But then we just become...
How about for like 5 years?
No, because we become equals.
No, you couldn't in one. So one store is someone you can only be
Well,
one.
okay, well, that's not going to happen.
Could you
because
work under it for 5 years?
Well, we don't have a store that's going to have that.
Well, what if we only had the stores we have now and you had to work under Johnny?
Kick Dean out of the business.
Well, you have to talk to her about that. Brett's an aggressive kid. He is. He wouldn't take from me.
Turn it this way for now, because, well, it's not starting for like 3 hours.
I don't really care. Sometimes he can be a little bitchy, so he, so that irritates me sometimes, and I kind of lose my mind a little bit.
Johnny, take out this sheet.
No, I realize that. This is my first rodeo, B-Woods.
I inevitably want to work in a different store because we both have attributes that are good, but also differences. So I think that if we were underneath the same roof, we'd butt heads and nothing would get done. But I think we'd work better separate, but together.
With Brett now able to do this, we're very interested in finding those stores for him so he doesn't have to work under Johnny for the long haul, because I don't think that could work long-term, day in, day out.
Coming up on We the Fans Dallas.
As a fan, tired of losing to the Packers.
But that group's a little bit worrisome sometimes.
Leave him a minute and a half of time.
The Cowboys are 2-2, and the visiting Packers come to Dallas in Week 5. It's always a big game, a reminder of how much heartbreak this team can throw at them. And there may have been no loss to Green Bay more brutal than the playoffs last year, a game Abe Davuti isn't going to forget anytime soon.
3rd and 20. This is a play where Dallas messed up. It's their deacon package, their 3-man rush with a spy. Okay, Rodgers sees the rush, he spins left. At that point, the spy, Justin Durant, activates, and he takes an angle at Rodgers. Well, he hesitates slightly, and Rodgers threw the most ridiculous darts down the left sideline. How Cook caught that ball, I'll never know. Well, they went ahead and tried the field goal, and Crosby hit it through. So that was the end of the game, and the rest is history.
What about your brother? Is your brother coming?
Oh, well,
he's supposed to be here by noon?
Yeah, but he canceled already.
He canceled? Why did he cancel?
The night before the Packers game, I got a text from my brother Edward asking if he could park his car here at our house since we're a mile from the stadium.
Since I've been knowing Tim these whole entire 2.5 years, I have yet seen his brother.
We've had minimal communication in the past 10 years. I told my brother, you know, I'm gay and I've been dating a man. And yeah, relationship with my brother since that day hasn't been the same. That morning, he sent me a text telling me that they were no longer needing to park their cars. I mean, it's every time, every time.
It don't make sense.
So I figured I should have known yesterday.
It is what it is, so.
Bye.
For Mike Adams, Packers-Cowboys weekend is a chance to host a bunch of friends. Though life gets in the way of getting to the tailgate as early as he wants.
I wasn't able to go to the tailgate at the beginning with my close-knit group of friends because my daughter had a soccer game.
Win those battles, baby, win those battles. Go, 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 go.
I had to kind of put my buddies on the back burner for a little bit. With that group, it's a little bit worrisome sometimes.
Tom, yeah.
For Abe, he likes to make the rounds, even if it's with a buddy who's wearing the wrong jersey.
Honestly, I love Dallas girls, though. They're always down to go out, have a good time. Problem is there's just too many. How do you pick? How do you choose? I don't know. You're from North Carolina. You're coming down here. You see all the talent, cowgirl boots.
That's why I couldn't make a decision.
So we've been to Lambeau a few times.
Yeah.
We've been here a few times.
Yeah.
You got to be honest with me. I mean, Dallas is right? We do it up in Texas. We know how to treat people.
The tailgating is way better.
What happened to you happened to me. You happen to make friends with a Packer fan, and then you're like, damn it, he's kind of a decent guy, good friend. All right, come to the game. You guys have an awesome time, man, all right? If I drain this, Prescott throws for 350 and 4 touchdowns. What do you think?
Oh, boy. Oh.
You think I can do it? The pressure? All right, all right. Watch this, watch this. Dirk Nowitzki. Boom! Yeah! 350 and 4 touchdowns. Here we go. Up top. Up top.
Cowboys! Woo! Cowboys! I think I'm just gonna call Ed and just try to check on him and see.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Because it was just kind of weird that he was wanting to come by, park the cars, and then now he don't, so I just want to see what's going on.
Okay.
When I called him at the tailgate, I was thinking that he would not answer his phone.
Hello?
Hello, hello.
What's up?
What's going on?
Not much, man.
We were exactly 1 block away, and it saddened me that we couldn't just go, hey, well, I'll walk this direction, you walk this direction, and we'll meet. You know, that I needed that little bit from him, and he didn't even offer.
And we're gonna go on into the stadium.
Okay, well, we was just making sure everything was good.
Yeah, I appreciate you checking out.
All right, well, we'll talk to you later.
Let's go, Cowboys! Come on, everybody!
We're gonna win this one, man. We gotta win.
Packers and Cowboys, we are underway.
He wants to be a Cowboy, but he's not sure.
Everybody up! Everybody up! Come on! Come on! Come on!
Prescott in the gun. Hit as he throws it to the middle of the field. There's Bryce Butler. Cuts outside to the right to the 30. And Butler's out of bounds at the Green Bay 23.
Oh, yeah! Yeah, baby! Oh!
Rolling pocket right. Throw it to Beasley. Caught it at the goal line. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Rodgers throws fade, corner of the end zone. Evans has it, over the shoulder catch, touchdown!
That is a 10-yard pass. The extra point hits the right upright and bounces out.
Oh! Oh! No! No!
I would typically ignore texts during a game from a girl.
Any of the girls you're dating actually watching the game? No, man, I don't really know football.
Whoever I'm taking there, friend, a family member, whoever I'm there with, I'm there for them.
She's needy, man, all the time. Doesn't matter what I do. Just text all the time. And you being super needy isn't making me want to go and see you a lot. I work full time. I go to school. I got friends. I can't do that all the time, man. Just give me a break. Come on, Dak, take it now, baby! Now!
Play fake, looking right into the end zone. Beasley to the post. Perfect strike. Touchdown to Beasley.
How's that? How's that? Discount double check this. You are quiet as today, dude. What the hell is going on with you?
On 3rd and 5, back to throw. Blitz off both edges. Runs up the middle. It's wide open. First down 40. 30, sliding. First down.
Come on, man, let's go. Get in the end zone.
Prescott under center, one step, fade right, Diz. Touchdown.
Oh! Boom! Boom!
The score is Dallas 21, Green Bay 6.
If you want to go get beer, we could have missed that.
Snap is back, 4-man rush. They get there, and they sack him.
Back go! Back go! Back go!
Rodgers under center, handoff to Jones, he walks in, untouched. Crying out loud, he missed the extra point.
You suck! That's good. You suck!
That makes the score 21-12.
Rodgers looks around, scrambles right, still looking. Now lofts it down the right side. Martellus Bennett over the shoulder. Sensational leaping grab. Low snap, he fields it. He throws left side of the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Incomplete! Incomplete! Right there, man. Oh, what?
The kick is up. The kick is good. Dallas's lead is now 21-15.
Who the hell are you rooting for?
In the middle.
What the hell you mean you're in the middle?
Rodgers play fake, throws the end zone. Wide open, Jordy Nelson. Touchdown!
For the first time today, Green Bay leads 22-21.
We've got to get this touchdown now. Come on!
Back to throw 3 steps, slant. Incomplete and intercepted on the deflection by Randall, and Randall runs it in for a pick 6. And the Packers are going to lead 28-24.
Keep 12 off the field. Keep them off the field.
To throw, they blitz. He picks it up, throws it out to Beasley, who snatches it out of midair at the 19.
Here's the first, though.
Let's do it, guys. Let's do it.
4th and 1. They're going to give it to Elliott. There's a first down. 2:10 left.
Here we go, Dak. Here we go, baby.
3rd and 2, handoff. Elliott trying to get up the middle. No, Prescott keeps it. He runs around the left end, and he bangs it in for the touchdown. And the Cowboys lead with 1:13 remaining.
Would have rather a first down, burn at least a timeout, and then score.
45 seconds ago. Give Jones skirting to the right to the outside of the 40. He's to the 35, down the sidelines, out of bounds.
They had him, too.
3rd down and 8. Steps up, scrambles left. Rodgers on the run.
Knock him down!
Across the 20 to the 15 and out of bounds at the Dallas 12-yard line.
A-Rob's has got some speed, man.
No, touchdown!
16 seconds ago in the game. Gets the snap. Looking. Throws left side of the end zone. Leaping grab. Devontae Adams.
Yes!
Touchdown Green Bay. A spectacular throw and catch.
Leave him a minute and a half of time.
what a ball game. The Packers come from behind and win over the Cowboys 35-31.
There was a knot in my stomach. It hurts so bad. I honestly thought we were taking a big W today in the Cowboys Stadium, and for us to lose to the Packers again, it's terrible.
7 months ago, the same thing happened. Sitting right in these same two seats, with this same jerk, same result. Woo!
Next on We the Fans Dallas.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Retired.
My dad gets just as excited as I do. Go! Go! Come on! Go!
She basically told me, I don't know where you're gonna go, but you're gonna get out of my house.
My name is James Landers. I was born in Texas. I live in Louisiana, but I'll always be a Cowboys fan.
They say everything is bigger in Texas. Well, not a lot of football fans are going to eclipse 6'4", 300-pound James Landers.
If we can actually keep it to a field goal, that would be a miracle. There's a prayer of a chance. I was born into it. I mean, that's the simplest answer. I was born in Paris, Texas, and there was no other option. My dad, he'd be listening to that TV, and I swear, it's like, I was lucky we had a TV after he got through watching a lot of games. He could get so animated about it and just get, I mean, he'd be yelling and screaming and cussing, and I never heard my dad cuss, you know, very often. Going to a football game with my dad is a great experience. He always told me my whole life about his one time going to Cowboy Stadium and sitting 2 rows from the top of the stadium, and the players being this big. Okay, Pops, let's do it. Yeah! Yeah, baby! I think we're gonna win. I think we are. As soon as I got these tickets, I could not wait to take my dad. I've got great seats, great section. My dad gets to see the Cowboys, which he loves, and he gets just as excited as I do. Go! Go! Come on! God! Oh, come on. Go!
James isn't just a die-hard Cowboys fan. He had his own decorated football career as well.
I pretty much played every position on the offensive lineman. I was what you'd probably consider a utility guy. I could play any position. I knew every position.
James was a physical guy. He was an imposing figure. He had to play some two-way.
I'm more of a pass blocker. One of the things the coaches always told me is I had good feet. It was like 389 pass attempts without a sack, and I took great pride in that.
He was blessed with his size. You know, you got a guy that's 6'4" and 300 pounds, you don't have to build your body.
I started Arena in 2000. I played for 4 years in Little Rock, Arkansas.
He wanted to go to the next level. He wanted to play in the NFL.
I moved to a new team that opened up in Oklahoma City. My first year there, I won Lineman of the Year for the league. I led the league in sacks, forced fumbles.
James Landers and Frederick Burks are the front three.
I did have aspirations for an NFL career. I loved football, and I loved playing it. My favorite thing was playing football, and I played it for as long as I could. I actually probably only got seen 2 or 3 times by NFL scouts. What are you gonna do? I wish I would have had that opportunity.
Hey, baby.
Hi.
How was school today?
Good.
People ask me, you know, so what does your husband do? And I'm like, oh, he's retired. And they kind of look at me like, wow, she married an older guy, you know? And it's like, no, how old is he? And I'm like, 39.
Mike Adams pitched for 10 years in the major leagues before he retired in 2015. And now he's in no hurry to rejoin the working world.
Everybody says, you know, you're living the life playing, you know, professional sports. You know, I think I'm living the life now afterwards where I don't have to have a normal job and, you know, I can devote all my time to my family.
Everybody's like, what are you gonna do next? What are you gonna do next? And he's kind of like, I just want to chill for a minute. Is that okay? And sometimes I even get on him, like, what are you gonna do next?
Why did you circle that? My retired life is great. I get to play golf a couple days a week, maybe go with the neighbors and fish. The joy of it is I have all this free time to where I'm able to be there to pick up my kids from school, be at their practices. Come on, fast, fast, fast. There you go, back pedal, back pedal, back pedal, back pedal. Now, go, 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 go. There you go, better. Basically, I'm on my own schedule.
This is all you've done?
No, I did stuff today.
Like what? Sometimes I'm like, you're home a little too much, but it's good. Like, he can pick up the kids from school. He can help me out and be flexible with my schedule because it can get crazy.
You know, Shelly, she's become a very successful real estate agent. Her business keeps on growing, and I couldn't be more proud of how she's building her business.
You know, I just have been a stay-at-home mom for so long. It's like, is this it? Like, my kids are getting older. Like, what am I gonna do?
So what do you want to be when you grow up?
Retired.
Are you ever going to do anything else?
Oh, no.
Or you just shop all day and be a house dad?
Well, I don't shop all day, liar.
Well, you don't shop all day because you don't leave the house. You don't do anything.
So, I've afforded that.
I know.
She's just kind of poking at me a little bit, you know, kind of busting my ass about it. She's halfway serious, but I don't get upset about it. I just kind of like, I roll with it, I guess.
No, I mean, you have such a gift, and I've told you I don't want you, you know, to lose that. Like, you have such a gift at coaching others.
She's always kind of pushing me to do something. She doesn't want me to feel like years down the road that I wasted something, you know, whether it be a niche for coaching kids or whatever it may be. There you go.
You know, I'd like to do something, but I don't want to spend my time with other kids when I can spend my time with my kids.
No, I agree.
That arm up. There you go. I've earned the right to be able to have the life that I have now. There's a lot of stuff that I missed, you know, that I wasn't able to be there for, and you know, there's nothing I can do about it, but I want to make sure I'm there majority of the time.
Situation presents itself, then I'll do it. But until then, that's my spot.
Coming up on We the Fans Dallas.
I don't go outside. I rarely hang out with my friends.
It kind of broke my heart when the young man told me that, you know, I just don't go outside. I want them to see an example of someone who beat the odds, I guess.
We the Fans is presented by McGuire's. Reflect your passion.
It's not simple anymore for Andrew Brown. Football and the rest of the world can't be separated the way they used to. But in these early weeks of the 2017 season, he's turning his frustration into something positive.
My thing is, I want this to represent, we want to bring people together.
Starting what he's calling the Stand in the Gap Foundation, through which he will be donating 2 of his season tickets for every game to a pairing of a kid and a police officer to see the Cowboys together.
Football is a powerful thing. Sports is a powerful thing. And that's why I think it's the ideal situation or the ideal gift to share with these law enforcement officers and these kids to help them hopefully build a bond or form a relationship.
And this isn't an idea or a cause Andrew just awoke to.
Growing up, I had my fair share of problems. My mom wasn't happy with the things that I was doing. Like most working class neighborhoods across America at that time, when crack hit the scene, it changed the dynamics of the neighborhood. My first experience was really just kind of doing a solid for the fellas. Like, you know, if the cops rolled up, it was kind of like, you know, I'll hold that for you. I just keep money in the sock, and I just keep, you know, my product in the sock or whatever. And she basically found my stash, and she was like, you know, this ain't what we do. She basically told me, I don't know where you're gonna go, but you're gonna get the out of my house.
Andrew's mother eventually sent him to live with his father.
So I moved in with my father, which was a total culture shock for me.
She recognized that he needed a male figure, so she Put him on the train, sent him to me, and when he showed up, he was rebellious.
My dad put on a three-piece suit to go to work every day. That was really like the first time I had seen professional black people. It opened my mind up to a whole different level of achievement and what I could have in this world. From that perspective, I feel like I had a different opportunity than most people. You know, I told my mom a couple of years ago, I gotta stop. So I told my mom a couple of years ago, I basically called her on Mother's Day and I thanked her for saving my life. You know, my dad, without him in my life, nothing that I have today is possible.
Today, Andrew is meeting with his first group of potential Stand in the Gap participants.
I want to meet these kids because I want them to see an example of someone who comes from an environment very similar to theirs, but who's been able to beat the odds, I guess.
We not gonna lose, bro. I'm gonna give you a touchdown.
What's up, fellas? How are you?
What's up?
What's up with you? My interactions in working with these kids and building these relationships with these kids, you begin to see the real needs that these kids have. And what's been your experience or your personal experience with law enforcement?
I had one encounter when I was younger. That was, I think I was 11, and I was walking from the pool.
Yep.
And then the police came beside me. They said I fit the description. And then I kept asking the police what happened. They wouldn't tell me. They just told me to be quiet.
After that experience with law enforcement, did it change your perspective?
Yes. I don't go outside. I just stay in the house, and I rarely hang out with my friends.
It kind of broke my heart when the young man told me that, you know, I just don't go outside.
I don't want to be that person. I don't want to leave my family. I love my mom. I don't want to leave them out. So I'm trying to make it somewhere so I can do good for her and my family.
It's a burden for every young man that's growing up feeling that way. I don't think that's what America's meant to be. And if we're gonna talk about the American dream, it needs to exist in all places in America.
Next time on We the Fans Dallas.
It was a very exciting moment for me to walk up and to see this officer and this kid that I brought together actually hitting it off.
I feel like I don't have a partner.
Me and Matthew were staying at a hotel for a couple of days.
Somersault into the